Hi, my name is Chris Bonifas. I'm your student's engineering design teacher this year. I'd like to start tonight out by showing you the same presentation I give students at the beginning of every class, just to get a little background information about me. Welcome to the life of Mr. Bonifas. So, let's get started. I grew up and currently live in Aurora. If you've ever been to the Outlet Mall, that's probably the most visited place in that city at this point, but just a short drive from here for me. I went to the University of Nebraska, studied education there, and got my degree, bachelor's in science in industrial technology education. I do have a family. My wife of 6 years, Lindsay, has my son Jacob there. He's about 1 year and 3 months at this point. And my daughter Macy, who is 4. They're probably one of the few people that have enjoyed this whole quarantining experience and having me and my wife home more often than usual. I've been teaching for 11 years. This is my second year at LT. This year I'm teaching engineering design, but also teaching intro to furniture and home maintenance and repair. Throughout my 11 years, I've taught a variety of classes, but the majority of that has been spent with woodworking type and engineering design type courses. So looking forward to this year, even though it's online with remote, technology allows us to do a lot of the very same things we do in class. So while some of the troubleshooting is a little more difficult with Zoom and the web-based programs, the kids aren't missing out on anything. So to start with, we learned 2D in AutoCAD. And with this, there is actually an AutoCAD web program that is definitely not as powerful as the downloadable version that we have here at school, but it has all of the basic commands that we use in the introductory class. So everything the students need that they normally would learn with the more powerful program here is within that web-based program. For that, they learn step-by-step instructions on how to draw using that. Drafting concepts are a large portion of that, learning how to draw in 2D, how to follow certain standards and create legible drawings. The resources we use for this class, as I mentioned, AutoCAD is one of them. The second is Fusion, usually. So if they're in school at this point, we will move into Fusion for the 3D portion of the course. Students get the basics of 2D down and then move on to the 3D portion in the last 2 chapters. If we're in class, Fusion 3D. If we're not, there's an Onshape program, which is also web-based, that actually has the same exact tools as Fusion 360. So while there might be some slight differences with setup and location of tools, the shortcuts and everything we use is the same in Onshape. So they won't be missing out on anything there either. It's a great tool for them to use throughout the classes. Grading scale, I did want to talk a little bit about grading this year since there's been some obvious changes, as you've probably heard about throughout this process. This year, the only grades that are calculated towards their final grade are summative grades. So in this class, that means that a lot of the drawings they do are formatives, meaning practice. So they get a chance to build their skills and their knowledge before their grade counts towards their actual final grade. So we'll give them anywhere between 5 to 10 drawings before a summative, where they learn tools and commands one by one to help them become good drafts people before they take the test. So then when they take the summative, they do get 1 retake opportunity. And this just has to be done, if they want to take the retake, they have to let me know. They have to make sure all their formatives are in to take the retake, and then they have to do that within 3 weeks of taking the original summative. But that retake grade then would take over for the whatever original summative grade they got. Unless it was lower, then we'd keep the higher grade. Course pathways for this. This is the first course in the engineering design pathway. If they have an interest in the CAD portion of this, their best options would be to move on to architecture and the advanced engineering design. If they want more hands-on type engineering projects, the engineering and invention 1 and 2 are great options. Along with this course, there are 2 grading options. There's a level 4 option. This means that the course would be graded on a 5.0 scale instead of a 4.0 scale. So if they got an A being in the level 4, they'd get a 5.0 instead of that 4.0. If they got a B, they'd get a 4.0 instead of the regular 3.0, so on and so forth. If they are interested in that option, all they have to do is email me along with their counselor. And then we also need a parent confirmation that that is a decision you are in support of. So we would just need 2 emails, one from the student requesting it and one from the parent confirming that's what the way they want to go. The last option there is a credit, no credit option. So if a student would want to take this course and not have it as a part of their GPA at all, they can sign up for that as well. And the same process applies. A request email from the student to me and their counselor, and then a confirmation email from a parent. So that's a little summary of our engineering design course and what it involves this year. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at cbonifas@lths.net, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I look forward to seeing you hopefully in a more face-to-face setting at some point this year, or later classes when your students take our advanced engineering or architecture courses. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.